Welcome back to Oxford, Mississippi.
Right now is Star Jacobs. 6 of Ole Miss's last points are all due to her. Harry, this is a young lady who coming in tonight had more offensive rebounds than defensive rebounds on the season, and that has continued tonight. 6-0 boards to the 2 defensive rebounds.
How about
foul's going to be called on
Journey?
You saw Jacobs was defending Amor. 1:53 to go. Kentucky plenty of timeouts remaining. Kentucky has committed just 1 foul so far. Something to keep in mind if they have to get in the position of fouling and they turn it over.
15. How about
No need to foul if you're Kentucky, but you need to get a stop on this possession.
Okay, I think I found the best one.
Back out to
Journey.
And Amor gets the steal, and Amor gets tied up. KK Dean's got her hands in there. Possession arrow pointing Ole Miss's way.
That's the second time that KK Dean has either tied up or forced a turnover. Just right place with the quick hands to disrupt Kentucky.
Well, there's the answer.
For this Ole Miss
team. You know what?
Suffered an injury
that's
last
the
year
answer.
On the floor in crunch time right now.
Yep, that's the answer.
Because it was the
right there. You know what? Let me go ahead and apply now. How about Journeys?
Think about fouling a little earlier
I love that. I haven't been looking into that.
So far, so they've got a few to give here.
Oh my God. Let's see.
Scott, too strong.
Let's do one of little girls.
Star Jacobs, who has been the star.
Yeah, I don't think it's not gonna work out, but
I think Star Jacobs showing out for Eric Freed here this evening. Weak side positioning by Star Jacobs. 7th offensive rebound for the veteran player.
Sure.
I mean, there's a lot to like about the grad student from Dallas playing in the SEC for the first time. 8 points, 9 rebounds. 7 of the 9 on the offensive glass.
How many jerseys do we have?
She is so explosive. I have seen players try to.
No, we gotta look at the stores first.
She is so quick off the ground.
Let's do the United States.
Now, first and foremost, for Kentucky, they need to anticipate a miss and get the rebound.
Well, they got the miss.
So
Jacobs
Pennsylvania
goes over at the free throw line. Door wide open here for Kentucky. 2-possession game. And Kenny Brooks will use a timeout here as Amor pushes it into the front court. 58.8 to go.
Let's do little girl.
One time here, of course, you would look for Amor to take a 3, but you don't need a 3 yet, right? You need just to find the best, quickest available shot.
Absolutely, you want quick points. And so I think this play, if I'm not mistaken, will probably be for look from 3. But I'm telling my players, if the look's not there, drive it.
Oh, wait a minute. There's one. Can you punch them off? Little girl. Ooh. Let's see. The first one we can do is. How about.
Hasn't been a big part of their offense here tonight. They're 4 for 12.
There's one of the teams that punch them off.
0 for 6 from beyond the arc in the second half.
Let's try to register now. So,
pass it set to trigger the inbound for Kentucky. For Strack.
Watch the fake handoff here.
They hand it off to Amor, who does lean in to take a 3. They were looking for the 3, couldn't get it. It hit the underside of the basket support, and they're going to say it is, for the moment, Ole Miss basketball. So the call on the court is Ole Miss basketball, but they will go to the monitor to review it with 52.3 to go.
Quick 3 for Kentucky, and I love Key came flying in there trying to extend the play.
Oh, not the music thing. God.
Who spiked it down is the question. Was it Key?
I saw Key's hand on it initially, but I don't know if it went off of a pink jersey from there. So the officials will be looking for 2 things. First, whose ball is, and also timing.
Correct. One thing the officials have at their disposal, too, is Hawkeye technology, which is a
what about Journeys?
Something you may really need come down to a fingernail, it would look like. And I do think it's still key.
That's very easy.
Guess, and I know we're not in the guessing business on replay.
Oh, wow.
Right, so key's definitely there. Doesn't come off of the hand on the downward movement.
Let's
And then the
do.
question's going to be, when does it hit the basket support right there? 52.9 it looks like, Christy, so they're going to add a little. The question will be, and we'll get the announcement here in a moment.
Ole Miss ball.
Going to stay with Ole Miss.
Now, the good news for Kentucky there is they had a pseudo timeout for Kenny
So
Brooks.
it's
They had
on
to-
the line.
The clock will show 52.9.
I know you didn't want to interrupt Brendan.
Never with Brenda. But to get the defensive plan set up, and Kentucky still has 2 fouls to give.
Let's
Should say
do
3 to be exact.
Indeed.
5.
52.9 on the clock. Officials are trying to get personnel straight, perhaps. I see Iwala comes on the floor as Deans checks out. Megan Tiemann now in conversation with her fellow official.
All right, I have another option. How about Journeys?
18 in the second half.
I'm not doing no fashion district. So that's just
Everything straightened out. Here's
too
Scott.
crazy down there. So we
Second
don't
foul.
have that option. So let's do
Seymour gets the
Pennsylvania
foul.
first.
So that's the
Let's
13th
do
foul. on
that's
Kentucky.
not going to be
We'll do
done.
it
That's
again
for Springfield.
with
I have to
Scott
think about
inbounding
it.
at the baseline.
Philadelphia,
Kentucky will look for the
nah.
steal, and
North
if they
Wales
can't get
sounds
the steal,
nice, but let's
they'll
do
get the
Willow
foul.
Grove.
So I want to go long and then 2 come back.
Let's do Willow Grove.
Amor fouls Todd Williams. There's foul number 4. The next foul will put Ole Miss on the free throw
Willow
line.
Grove.
So Amor
We're
gave
not doing
those
Philadelphia
fouls
Mills.
back to back. So that gives her quickly 4 fouls. Remember, she picked up 2 in the first half. So Amor has to come out. Kenny Brooks has to do defense-offense substitution now.
Nope.
So once again, you'll see at least 3 players going long, and this time it's KK Deans coming back.
Deans gets fouled. Tyler and Hassett were there. The Deans going to the free throw line. And she is an outstanding free throw shooter. 34 of 38 on the season. Amor back on the floor for Kentucky.
So if I'm Kentucky and Kenny Brooks just beat me to it, he just told his players, chin the rebound. They cannot assume a make here. They must get the rebound if there were to be a miss.
Deans knocked down a 3 here in the second half. If you're just joining us, Ole Miss was 0 for 12 from outside the three-point line. Kennedy Todd Williams knocked down a 3 late in the third quarter. It put Ole Miss on top. They've carried that momentum into the fourth quarter. They have an 8-point lead. It is their largest lead of the game, and it comes in the final minute of the game.
And I'll say this much, it started with Ole Miss's defense in the fourth quarter.
Doesn't it always start with Ole Miss's defense? Hasn't that been the story over these last few years?
If it's a Coach Joe-led team, yes, it will start with defense. But I gotta say, as much as we want to talk about the defense, it has been their ability to get on the offensive glass that when they weren't making shots, kept them in this game, and ultimately gave them the lead.
27 of their 53 rebounds have come on the offensive boards.
Well, and Kentucky has a total of 33 rebounds in this game, just to really highlight what Ole Miss has done on the glass.
And that Ole Miss defense, Christy, you're right. Kentucky shooting 33% from the field in the second half, including 0 for 7 from beyond the three-point line. You have to look 3 now.
Yeah, you need a quick score.
3-possession game. Final minute. Iwala knocked it away, and I think at last touch Strack, it did. And once again, that Ole Miss defense
Wow.
shining here in Oxford.
We're used to the perimeter players for Ole Miss getting out in the passing lanes. This time, Iwala forces the turnover.
So Kentucky has to get Amor out of the game with the 4 fouls here because they have to foul here with 45 to go.
I'd sell out if I'm Kentucky. Try to get a steal here before you're looking to foul.
Instead, it's the KK Deans, who we just saw at the free throw line a moment ago, make both attempts. And she'll head back to the line. Amor back into the game for Kentucky.
Kentucky was trying to get it into Clara Strack and then looking for that handoff again. And credit Iwala being there, extending the arms, disrupting that pass.
Little soul searching, a gut check for Ole Miss after the Oklahoma game when they were outscored 9-0 in the final 2 minutes of the game. They had a 7-point lead with 7 minutes to go, but ended up losing at home. But Coach Yo's team has answered the bell and responded, and they are up double figures now in the fourth quarter.
I think there's been some great half-court execution by Ole Miss. They realized what Kentucky was doing defensively with the switching. They got Madison Scott the ball in the right places. And I just can't say enough about what Star Jacobs has brought to this program. Her ability to defend, her speed, her length, her agility, and her rebounding.
Kids, what?
Madison Scott with 22 points, 6 rebounds, and a couple assists tonight to pace Ole Miss. But it's been a team effort, as Christy mentioned. Jacobs with the 8 points and the 9 rebounds. Todd Williams with that big 3, as we mentioned. She's got 8 points, 8 boards, and 4 assists. KK Deans coming through at the free throw line down the stretch. And you can see the SEC standings. Kentucky was trying to move within a half game of those top 3 teams. But this, if this score holds, would be huge for Ole Miss, because you talked about at the very top of the telecast, Ole Miss trying to keep in touch there with one of those top 4 double-bye spots for the SEC tournament.
Eric, this is a big week for both these programs. They will play 3 games within the week. So huge advantage for whoever gets the win here tonight.
Strack over the top to Key. Key was fouled by Jacobs.
And if you're Kenny Brooks, you like that because you get points on the board without more time going off the clock. And even that lob play, less than 2 seconds went off the clock. Now for Kentucky, the problem is you're out of timeouts.
So you can't advance it.
No, and first and foremost, Key needs to knock these free throws down, and then you got to extend the full court pressure. But I would imagine that Coach Yo's going to advance the ball.
Double-double for Tiani Key. Makes them both. No timeout here for Ole Miss. So they've got it in the backcourt, and a foul is given. It's going to send Chinu, the freshman, to the free throw line. She's a 70% free throw shooter. Ole Miss with 2 timeouts remaining. They could have taken the timeout after the make, advanced it to the front court.
Not only did Coach Yo not call timeout, she kind of turned her back to the court to make sure her players knew we're not calling a timeout.
You guys figure it out? Like just a growth moment for her team? Okay.
So let's take a look at our records. Our record's pretty good. 16-7, 6-4. Kentucky got 19-2, 8-1.
Has not scored in the second half, but does have 9 rebounds for the game.
Like his silence.
Assists.
Aww.
So I'll go to this again. Kentucky needs to box out, and then they just need
Let's,
to push it. You don't necessarily need a 3, you need a quick score.
1 of 2 for the freshman.
And they're denying Amor the ball right now.
Key works it up to Lawrence. Amor got a lot of attention. Strack to Lawrence. Lawrence, very good 3-point shooter. Off the rim, I think Kentucky would take that 10 times out of 10. A wide open look for Lawrence, but just wouldn't drop it. Kentucky's going to drop back.
So it looks like we're going to make a win for today. And but we got to keep moving. And our final score is 66-57.
6 on 5 on the floor for the moment with Coach Yo a couple of steps on the court. Shot clock's going to expire. Kentucky will inbound it. And then the celebration can really begin for Ole Miss.
Well, the word on the front of Coach O's chest says it all for this team this evening.
Defense,
And that's it. And that's the win. And our final score is 66-57. Go Ole Miss Rebels.
Their second top 10 victory in program history.
And it was a game Ole Miss needed in the worst way. Now still in contention potentially for that double bye in the SEC tournament.
Ole Miss with a strong second half picks up the win over 8th-ranked Kentucky, 66-57 the final for Christy Thomas-Cuddy and our entire crew. I'm Eric Freed. So long from Oxford.
We're saying so long from Oxford. Have a great night, everybody.